Hello, you guys. Welcome to the Wise Woman Way. You're here with Elizabeth Light. Yes. Had plenty of delicious food. Cooked, baked, tasted other people's food. It was a beautiful holiday. Thanksgiving. We had a nice Thanksgiving feast, which I like to call the day a family harvest day. So we want to walk for wellness. We want to exercise in some kind of way, to keep ourselves in good shape or getting back into shape is very important for us, everyone. So let's make sure we do some walking and some exercising. Not saying that no one's doing it. I'm just trying to support and motivate, inspire. That's all. Anyway, I had an awesome Thanksgiving with my family and friends and loved ones. I hope you did too. Like I said, we had a lot of food. Good Lord. And we had some soul food there. We had some entertainment, some live music as well. Brother Chucky and Brother Dario, little nephew, everybody enjoying themselves, entertaining. We did some gospel singing, and then after we ate our meal, a lot of us stepped next door to my nephew's new entertainment hall, which is huge, 2 levels, with a wraparound balcony. Extra rooms. It was awesome. Nice big bar there. So we had a couple of drinks and we was able to dance as well. So, we had an awesome time yesterday, and it's a good thing for families to get together. Okay. So this video was also about family binding. Anytime the family is having a event, you don't have to go to everything, but I tell you this much. Our family, we grew up in a village setting on the corner of Morris and Lamberton Street for the most part, where we all flocked around my grandparents, aunts, uncles, everyone was around, first, second cousins. We also had our family reunions there at at Lamberton and Morris Street. So yes, my grandmother comes up from Mount Olive, North Carolina. Then she moved to Goldsboro. But see, in Mount Olive, North Carolina, my family, after the Civil War was over, my great uncle, not my great uncle, my great grandfather, Samuel Senior Branch, or Samuel Branch Sr., because there's also a Samuel Branch Jr., his son. Well, I call him, they call me the historian of the family. I call him the mastermind of the family because after 1865, I believe he's the one that made decisions to stay on the land, to work the land, and how to work the land. Because when they went to do the Census Bureau in 5 years up, from slavery, which slavery was ended in 1865. So 1870, on the census record, it showed that my great grandfather Samuel Sr. had owned approximately 70 farming tools, and that speaks volumes about land. Also, we have oral stories passed down in our family where my great grandfather Samuel Sr., the mastermind, he was well liked by his slave master. I understand that my grandpa was a big, stout man, and he looked out for his slave master. Branches on the Mount Olive land. But when they used to go walking and they had to go over that Goshen River or the Goshen Swamp, my great grandfather would scoop up his slave master and carry him across the Goshen River. I went down there during an anniversary, and 2015. I think it was 150 years slavery had ended, the war had ended, and I got to see that area that was talked about and handed to me as an historian of the family. I became the historian of the family because my grandmother, Elizabeth Garland Branch, she was the record keeper of the family. And so she told me many things as I was a young girl growing up, which spooked me. So I got out the house early. But however, unfortunately, when she passed on, that's when a lot of things came back to me that she was trying to tell me about her grandmother, who was born in slavery and seen slavery in as well. But she died at a ripe old age, 103 years old in 1942. And then, so, there's a lot of stories in our families, but getting back to the story about family, our family was known because we stayed on that land down there and we built upon that land in Mount Olive, and we still have roads down there with the Branches names on it. The old Scott store, which was the postal route during slavery, still exists. There's so much. Also, we have a family restaurant down there. Well, before the pandemic, the Branches, I've been down there, been in the restaurant, and they think to my two uncles. We've been to our burial sites where we have both our grandparents and other relatives who lived to see slavery end, buried there on that land. So I just want to tell you a little bit about our history, but because I've been practicing and studying and researching the Branches family history since 2001. My great aunt that was still living, the last sibling standing, my aunt Rebecca McKeever, who was also a Branch, she told me that I was the family history. So she was the last standing sibling of 12 other siblings. So that's where I get my title from, and I think I earned it. I earned it well because I've been studying, researching throughout the years on the Branches. I didn't wake up yesterday and try to figure things out. We can literally say it's been 20 years or more that I've been researching the Branch history. So anyone want to jump on board with me? Let's do this together. Let's not step on toes. Far as having family reunions, I have my mom and aunts and cousins who have hosted family reunions on their property and organize them and put them together. And some of the younger ones, like my sister Jill Marks and my cousin Pamela, I'll call her McKeever because I can't think of her marriage name. And we kept the family reunions going on. And better than that, we have a family reunion that has been going on for over 80 years, coming directly from out of Mount Olive, North Carolina, where that family reunion started in 1934. And there they had like a little museum there on the land and showing us a beautiful area of North Carolina. Cousin Swanee Bell used to keep that running. I had my chance to meet her and attend 2 family reunions with her and went to see her prior to going there. And along with that, with my first cousin Sharon, my road dog, when I asked Sharon, can she go south so we can see the land, see my uncle and stuff, she jumped right at it. And we did it for, I believe, 3 years straight in a row. It was awesome. It was the perfect timing. When you call to do something, sometimes you don't have to know the how or the what. You just get up and you go. So I went down there and I took information down to the old family reunion at the particular time. They did not even have a face to Uncle Isaiah Branch lineage, which they was the one pushing the family reunion. And so I was grateful. I was pleased that I came down there with information and photos and stuff to pass on. It's not mine to keep. You give it to everybody in the family. Let's pass this stuff on. Let's pass this knowledge on. Let's teach our children. Let's teach our children truth. Let's teach our children where they come from. This is powerful now, especially since the Aquarius age ushered in. Okay, and getting back to family, let me just say this. Before we was anything, I don't care if we was here, indigenous on this land prior to Columbus, or we came over forced on the ships. I just want to say we are Africans. We're all from Africa. Let's not forget that, because Africa has a great legacy. You could never learn as much as you want to know about Africa an entire lifetime, or 2 or 3. There's so much to know about Africa, because everything you see in the world is basically a spinoff of Africa, including the first original human beings on earth, or shall we call them human, H-U-E, man. Okay, we are the eyes and the ears of the earth. We was given that by way of nature because we could sustain the sun. That is part of where our kinky hair and brownish color skin come from. And so we know all people of the earth do really come from Africa. Some things happen to make the white man, the yellow man, the brown. But I know everybody was once blue-black. Okay, let's get that straight. Okay, so understand who you are, where you come from, why you here. Okay, those are the most important things in the world to embark on researching about yourself. And remember that if you're African, stay African, love being African, speak truth to power, stay African centered, whatever you do, what you hear, how you walk, how you talk, play those drums, teach your kids, stay African, because the more and more you get back to who you really are or who you supposed to be, there's a high that's waiting for you where there is no other high that can take you higher. Believe me when I tell you. So embark on self-discovery, on Africanism. And then another thing too, when you move away from your family, folks, out of the town, out of the state, out of the country, understand for sure when you move away from your family, the further you get away from your family, you loses your relationship. Your relationships get weak, to the point where you continue to produce children after children and they don't know who each other are, don't know nothing about the family. Well, you know what? If you're running in the world and you're chasing that so-called almighty dollar, so to speak, that right there alone becomes your God. And I don't want to know about that capitalistic God. Just remember, yes, you're supposed to make money. We have to survive in this world, in this society. But let's do whatever we do. Let's do it in moderation. Moderation is key to everything. The kingdom of God is vast, it's huge. You should enjoy life, travel, do whatever you want. But stay as close as possible to your family so you'll know who each other are. So you'll get them stories so you can be able to pass down things to your children. Now, like I said, if you're around a whole bunch of strangers that don't know you or your family, there is nothing they can really give you of the highest value. Okay, you guys? I just wanted to put that out there. I just want to say love your family. Work on those white-hearted relationships. You know, turn them hearts back red. You know, no one should have to live alone. We all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Nobody. We're all here having a human experience. So let's get back to our first frequency, which is love. Let's vibrate off love. Let everything we do come from our heart. Let empathy be our guide and light. Make sure you check your motives in everything you do, okay? Because your motives always expose you. So make sure whatever you do, make sure you do it in love. Love is the highest vibration on earth with the highest frequency. Make no mistake about it, because of love, God was moved to create man. So I'll leave it to that. I hope you guys enjoy this beautiful day. May heaven smile upon you. If you like what we do, please like, share, subscribe. Please comment. If you would like to donate to our Cash App under $ Elizabeth Theresa. Okay, and remember guys, we do not own any rights to the music you have been listening to We love music. Music soothes the soul. We like all genres. So you will hear country, you hear rhythm and blues, you might hear jazz, you might hear gospel. You know what I mean. Okay, you guys, make sure you get those plants in your house, because up in the north, that is, because it gets very cold and we need some big plants or a lot of green around us, you know, to keep us healthy and breathing healthy. Don't forget to open your windows and your doors even when it's cold, just to crack it a little bit to let some nice fresh air get into the house. Drink plenty of water. Stand up, do exercises every day if you can. Just push yourself to do exercise while we're closed in more during the winter months. I just want to leave that with you guys. And another thing is always be well if you can, and try to practice being a wiser person. We all know something. And one last thing is to think higher in any situation. You are here with Elizabeth Lyde. I am of the Wise Woman Way Golden Rule Wellness Mission. May heaven smile upon you. Ashe.